Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. Everybody talks about saving the environment and saving our natural resources. The gentleman you're about to meet is on the front line doing that at ground level. Christian Morgan is plant manager at Mazza Recycling Services. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So what do you do at Mazza?
So at Mazza, it's a pretty complex site. We recycle many different things. We process trees and wood for mulch. We process construction, demolition. We have a transfer station, and then we also have a recycling plant, a new plant that we're actually installing and putting in a $15 million investment to recycle all the curbside recycling that people put out at the curb.
It's funny, and this might be a little bit off of what you do, but it seems to me that we've lost some focus when it comes to recycling. Not you, but us consumers have lost some focus on it. It used to be so important, and we all were separating things. Now, as the years gone by, it's not as important to us. Tell us why it should be important.
So, well, it's definitely important. At Mazza, we have a strong belief in educating the community and improving the environment in the communities that we serve. So, I think it's important to just preserve the place that we live in.
And we do that by recycling? We preserve the place that we live in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think all of us obviously consume. So yeah, the paper, the newspaper, the cardboard, the bottles, cans that we recycle, they get separated and sold as post-consumer commodities, which eliminate the need for harvesting natural resources, cutting down trees, using more oil. The plastics have a lot of oil.
I read your press releases, and you're big on this single source recycling. What exactly is that?
So in single stream recycling, it's where typically people are given a large container. And one of the advantages to single stream is that recycling rates increase, meaning people recycle more. You take out a lot of the need for wondering what goes in the bin, what doesn't. There is still a need to educate people to get a clean inbound stream, but typically rates go up about 300%. So it gives us the opportunity to get more recycling, and then we use equipment and technology then to separate those items by commodity to be sold to post-consumer markets.
And thank you for kindly correcting me. Single stream recycling.
Well, that's right.
I'll get it right. Are you affected at all? I know communities have been affected by this, but are you affected at all by the fact that in this tariff war with China, they stopped taking our recycling?
Sure, it definitely has an impact. China has been a challenge for all recyclers. One challenge is, the commodities that we sell are pricing is driven by these markets. So it's a challenge. Your operating costs, your labor costs don't change as you process. So when the value of what you're selling changes, it has an impact that way. But it hasn't impacted us in terms of how much we can recycle. I mean, to some degree, it has. Certain items that used to be acceptable aren't. So there's been a greater effort to clean up the paper and the cardboard that we do sell. And in doing that, residues increased some, but a lot of other markets have opened up in Southeast Asia, India, and other countries where those commodities are being sold to those countries.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, the market provides. If you don't take it, we'll take it. Has that evened out yet?
I believe so. There's still some challenges, but again, I haven't seen a situation where we're actually sending, commodities to the landfill that we used to recycle. Most of it comes out in price and some challenges in terms of moving the material and finding orders, but we've been able to do that.
And you're doing more than recycling. You also want to teach the value of recycling to children and to the community as well. Talk about that project.
Sure, yeah. We have a program called Working for a Greener Tomorrow, and that's part of our vision statement. And it also ties into our mission, which is to improve the environment in the communities that we serve. So we go into schools and we educate the youth in regards to recycling, why it's important to recycle, what's recyclable. We do it for several reasons. One, because we know that this is our future. These are going to be the people that grow up and that are providing us with that material. And it is important to provide a clean inbound stream so that we can extract the most value and make sure that that what we're getting is actually recyclable.
You said a moment ago that when you recycle, it has a direct effect on your community. Play out recycling and what it helps prevent. I know I saw you talking about resources in one of your press releases, and
Sure.
that you save natural resources by recycling.
Yes. So, paper, for example, right now in the plant that we're currently operating, we're probably producing 100 tons of paper a day. I think for every ton of paper, you're saving about 17 trees. So you're talking between 100 and 200 trees a day that we're saving from having to be harvested for paper because of the valuable fiber in that cardboard, in that
Wow.
paper. And then with the new plant that we're building, we'll be able to recycle the plastics 1 through 7. And what makes plastics valuable is oil, the oil content. So the more that we recycle the plastics, it decreases the need to harvest those natural resources. So instead of grabbing more oil out of the ground, right, we're taking this plastic and we're shredding it and extruding it and making new products with it: cosmetic bottles, paint cans, furniture, decking, things like that.
Yeah, where I live, they stopped taking glass for some reason. So I mean, what do you save with glass when you recycle that?
So glass is it's a very nuanced conversation. A lot of things in recycling are black and white. The net impact of what we do is definitely positive. Glass is a challenge that still remains in the recycling world. A lot of glass is used and separated by color and size and sold back into the colored industry. But
You sound like you'd rather not deal with the glass if you had your druthers.
it's a real challenge. It takes a lot of energy to process and recycle glass, and glass is relatively benign to the environment in that there is no carbon emission from glass.
All right. Well, now I understand. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I really appreciate it, and good luck with your new project. Christian Morgan, plant manager at Mazza Recycling Services. When we come back, we'll go inside the cold case unit in Monmouth County. That's when Jersey Matters continues.